it does a lot. It really does. Y'all should try it sometime. Well, half the class should try it sometimes. All right, so the mean and the standard deviation. The mean is 20.9. And the standard deviation is 5.2. So I'm going to do the top, 20.9. Go ahead and draw your curve, 20.9. And I'm going to add 5.2. So do yours quietly, and I'll do mine quietly. And while y'all are drawing, I'm going to have to ask the air conditioner man. I got to talk to him. Okay, and my bottom one, you got a score of 1029 and a standard deviation of 202. So 1029, and then I'm going to add on the right, that'll be 1231, 1433, 1635, 827, 625.
I'm gonna write this question down, so don't jerk off of the page, okay?
What?
I'm writing this question down.
Okay. 423. Now, is this a test question? If it is a test question, I would probably just put 1 on the test because you're dealing with 2 graphs. And it's really not that difficult. What you're doing is you're changing both of them into a z-score. And that's basically what you're doing. So, but I go through the explanation. So you have to draw both of them so I can show you the explanation. So go ahead and finish drawing. Tell me when you get the question finished writing.
Okay, I'm about halfway down.
Okay.
just have to have the whole question to understand how to work it if it is a test question. Okay.
Okay. So now again, I'm only doing this part right here. I'm only doing this to show you what's going on. Okay. Now we're actually going to do how you do the problem. First of all, where is 24? Well, I'm going to take my pink highlighter. 24 is right in here. 20, that's 23 right there. So 24 would be right here. And I'm going to draw my line right there. And that's 24. And then the blue is 1227. And 1227 falls, well, 29, 1227 fall right in here somewhere. And that would be that right there. 1227. Now, the question says, which test score is better? Now, there's two problems with being able to tell which test score is better. Can somebody tell me what the two problems are? Why can't we tell which one's better?
Yeah, turn to C-scores.
Well, you're comparing apples to oranges, just like, remember LBJ versus Shaq? You're comparing apples to oranges. I'm comparing a test score of 24 to a test score of 1227. What else is a problem? Well, they're almost the same what? They're almost at the same what? They're almost at the same place.
Yeah.
So you can't really tell anything because you're at the same place. So there's two reasons right here that you can't really tell anything. Okay? What is it, Mama?
Oh, I forgot, and forgive me, I forgot to tell the class. I got engaged in February.
Then get unengaged. You
Don't
wait till you're at least 30.
I'm well over 30.
Well, wait till you're 35.
I'm closer to 35.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna be quiet. All right. So
What did you?
not gonna say
on.
congratulations. I'm gonna say really think about it.
I've been married and divorced one time. So
okay.
The mean at the top with the pink line. What did you write up there? 20.9. Okay.
Yeah, it come from the question.
Yeah, I got that. I just want to make sure I was writing in the right spot here.
Okay. Now I want each of you to change both those to a Z-score. Okay, I'm gonna write down the formula. Y'all learned it back in chapter 3, so don't spaz out. Hold on.
Do you think we remember anything from chapter 3? I know I have a hard time remembering what I had for breakfast.
Okay, z is equal to x minus mu over standard deviation. Okay, so that's the formula that we learned back in chapter 3. And all you got to do is plug and what?
Chug.
Plug and chug. Now, I'm going to transfer all of this to a big, because now we're doing a z-score. Because I have shown y'all that these two graphs right here tell us absolutely what?
Nothing.
Nothing. They don't tell us anything. So I've got to change this into a z-score. Now, this you don't have to do, okay? I want everybody to know this. You don't have to draw these two separate. I'm just drawing this to show you why we've got to change it to a z-score. I want everybody to understand that. Okay, so here is our z-score. Here is our z-score graph. Just like always, and I'm going to put 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. And I'm going to change, I'm going to write everything on the board over here like I had it. Mu is equal to 20.9. Sigma is equal to 5.2. And x is equal to 24. And mu is equal to 1029. Sigma is equal to 202. And x is equal to 1227. So over here, I'm going to go x 24. I'm going to write mu. Z is equal to x minus mu over standard deviation. Z is equal to 24 minus 20.9 over 5.2. I'm just plugging and chugging. And over here, z is equal to x minus mu over standard deviation. Z is equal to 1227 minus 1029 all over 202. Now I'll take out my calculator. I'm going to try to make my calculator smaller. There we go. Clear. 24 minus 20.9 divided by 5.2. And everybody should have got 0.6. So
I
0.6.
don't never do these right. I try to put them all in one damn question. I'll never do them right in the calculator.
Well, did you do it like I did?
No, I did the whole question and then divided everything by 5.2.
Well, you
Instead
should
of
have the same answer.
No,
Use parentheses around this and around this.
Okay, so that's what I'm not doing right then.
All right, so 0.5962, which z is equal to 0.6, and I'm going to write that in pink. Z is equal to 0.6. So 0.6, there's 0.5. So 0.6 is right about there. So I'm going to draw a line at 0.6.
Why did we change curves? Because I was still on the other one.
These you don't have to draw. These are the ones that I told you that I did for instruction. And they basically mean they're worthless because these are about the same place. You can't tell anything. So now I got it to a z-score. This is a z-curve. And that's 0.6. So now let's do the blue. Take our handy dandy calculator. And let's take 1227. I'll do it with the parentheses for you. Parentheses 1227 minus 1029 close parentheses divided by parentheses 202 close parentheses and enter. 0.98.
Yep, that's what I got.
So Z is equal to 0.98 with the blue. 0.98, well, if I could write, 0.98 is right there. Now, do y'all remember LBJ versus Shaq? Which one is closest to unusual? Blue or the red? Oh, sorry.
Shit.
Which one is closer to unusual? You know your unusuals out here.
The blue.
The blue. So your blue is your better score. So I'm going to write down here.
So as long as it's the unusual,
Blue,
so
hold
what
on.
would be
Hold
what
on.
would be an
Hold on. Blue is closest to the right-hand side, unusual. Therefore, it is higher. Now, what was your question?
So if it's closer to an outliner, then it's a higher score is what you're telling me, because once you go 2, 3, those are higher numbers, correct?
Yeah.
So that's why it's a higher score.
Think of it like this, and I had to explain this to the morning class this morning. What is more unusual, a failing SAT grade or a 1800?
A failing or unusual, that's an 1800.
Okay, so it's closest to what? The unusual. So your highest score is going to be closest to the unusual. This is your 1800 SAT score out here. If your blue score is closest to 1800, then that means it's the what score? It's the highest score.
Okay.
So 0.98, or I'm sorry, your 1227 is your highest score.
Okay.
Now, this right here is what you should do on the test. This right here. This right here is for class. I'm showing you why you do this on one page. Okay? Doing it on 2 pages right here tells us absolutely nothing.
Okay.
So you have to revert
on one page.
to
That's
the
where you
z-score.
confused me, because then it changed, because that's where you was confusing me.
Z-score curve. You go to the z-score curve when you have 2 test scores. Now, I can tell you right now what kind of question might be on the test. If it's not test scores, it's going to be your economics grade versus your psychology grade. So you might want to write that down. That's the way you do this. Same way. All right. So let's go back to the handy dandy.
What'd you say? Economics grade versus what?
Psychology. There's a question in the homework or the test I remember from a long time ago, and it, instead of talking about these tests, it talks about your psychology grade and your economics grade. And example B is better because the percentile for the exam B score is higher. And that's it. Now, I like this question because the actual question is real simple. See, you just hit C. That's the answer. So even if you don't have a clue what you're talking about, you still have a what kind of percent chance? Well, how many answers are there?
1 in 4.
24.
You got a 25% chance, even if you don't have a clue. All right. Next question. And Tri-County logged me out. Next question. 7.2. I don't know which one that one. Let me look and see which one that one was. Somebody tell me which one. That was 40.
I think
What was
it's
that one?
I think so. What number?
That's 56. That was 7.2, 56, 17. So let me find it. Where is it? There it is. This is 7.2, 47/16. 7.2, 47/16. 7.2, 47/16. And let's see what this one says. Okay, this one is, I like this one because look at the mean and the standard deviation.
They're the same. Or wait.
Mean is 19 and the standard deviation is 1. Now that one's not hard at all. I think most of y'all in here can add and subtract 1 from 19.
Well, I still want to go over this. I'm writing the question. And it's gone.
So 19 in the middle, 20, 21, 22, 18, 17, 16. I did that all by myself without a calculator.
This is where it's screwing me up with this 11 percentile, 89 percentile stuff.
You're jumping the gun.
No, I'm
Yeah, you are. You're jumping the gun. You haven't even let us finish drawing yet.
You said I did that without even using a calculator, and I thought you.
I said 19, 20, 21, 22, 18, 17, 16. I was trying to be funny. I suck.
Yeah. I'm just not drinking yet. I think I'm just a little on edge. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm going out of town. I'm just ready to get tomorrow over with.
Okay, now let me ask y'all a question. What did I tell y'all at the beginning of chapter 7? I told y'all that 3 things were all the same. It depended on what the context was. Now, what were those 3 things? What were those 3 things?
I'm sorry.
Well,
Say it.
I said at the beginning of chapter 7 that there were 3 things that were very similar in chapter 7, and they meant the same thing, only you had to read the context of the question.
Probability, area, and
Probability.
and percent.
Good. Probability, area, and percent. And I told you later on you were going to run into some questions that was going to test that. Y'all remember me saying that?
Yeah.
I know, I said it. All right, so what are we given? A, what is given? Somebody tell me what that is. 11th what?
Percentile.
Percentile.
So I need to change 11% into 4 digits, which would be area or probability. So 0.1100.
We're headed out.
Okay, be careful.
Look at my engineering.
That's nice. Be careful.
All right, love you.
All right, love you too. Okay. So that's A. And B. The middle, 39%, that would be 0.3900. So I have changed my percent into what?
Decimal.
Area or probability. You can call it either one. So that's the first thing you need to do. And we need to put middle right here because that middle, that means something. Okay, so somebody tell me where 11% is.
Below 16.
Below 16 or below 18?
You said 11?
11%.
It's below 16. It's less than 16.
Okay, there's 13% right here.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
looking at the numbers.
Yeah, 13%. So 11% would be where? Let's see, that's 13% up to here. Maybe 11% would be maybe right in here, maybe.
Yeah.
Now I'm using empirical rule, and I'm using just my eyesight to eyeball 11%. And that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know how I used to write it out? No, you don't need to write it out. You just need to do it by eyeball. There's 11%. I'm going to put 0.1100. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a secret. This is a very simple problem. You know why it's very simple? Because you use your calculator. Somebody tell me what the problem has given us. The problem has given us a what?
Standard deviation.
A percent.
Percent.
It has given us a percent or an area or a probability. Therefore, the answer will be a what?
C score.
A z-score. Now, I want everybody to write that down because if you're given an area, one of these three right here, if you're given an area, a percent, or a probability, they're going to want a what? A z-score for an answer. So you've got to find a z-score right there. Now there's one problem. Okay. A z-score and how many days you carry a baby is not the same thing. Miss Gill and Miss Kidd can tell you this. They're both in nursing. They can tell you that a z-score and how many days you carry a baby is not the same thing.
No.
So, with that being said, I've got to find a z-score first. One, find the z-score. And then two, I've got to change that z-score into days baby, carrying a baby. Because that's what these are. Read the question. What does the question says? Okay, I'm sorry. Fertilized eggs. The mean incubation time for fertilized eggs is 19 days. So these are days of fertilization. So if I get negative 1.2, does that mean negative 1.2 days of fertilization? No.
No.
I've got to change it into these days. All right, so let's conquer number 1 first. You ready? This is real simple. Second, vars, inverse norm. Second, vars, inverse norm. Now watch what I do here. Second, vars, inverse norm. I need you to write down inverse norm. It's going to want the area. That's why I changed it into 4 decimal places right here. It's going to want the area. And I think, Miss Kidd, all you have to type in is 0.1100 and a parenthesis.
0.1100, close parenthesis.
0.1100, just like that in parenthesis.
I got negative 1.2.
That
3.
sounds about right. Look where it is on your picture. Paste and enter. And look on your picture right here. Let me move this out of the way. 1.23. There's 1. A half would be right about there. So that's right, 1.23. Okay, so I just found the
Okay,
Z-score.
wait. Are we going back to the 0, -1, -2, -3 at the bottom?
That's where, yeah, that's right here. But it's understood these are X's right here. So these are test scores or days of fertilization. That's the difference between the 2 type problems.
That confuses the shit out of me.
Remember, I told you at the beginning, there's 2 types of problems. One problem, you will start out with 0, 1, 2, 3. The other problem, you will start out with another number and you have to convert. Now, the good news is it's not that hard. The bad news is the newer calculators do it and you don't have to do the extra step. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Yeah.
Some of y'all that have the old calculators, you're going to have to do an extra step. All right, here it is. You ready? To do number 2, here it is. X is equal to Oz plus mu. Write that down. It's real easy to remember. Oz, like the Wizard of Oz, plus mu.
Standard deviation times the z-score plus the mean.
Yep. So our standard deviation is what? 1. So 1 goes right here. Our z-score is negative 1.23. And our mean is 19.
Oh, this
So I'm going
is
to go to my handy-dandy calculator. And I'm going to take negative 1.23. Negative 1.23 times 1. And I'm going to add it to 19.
17.77. You
And
get
that gives me
17.77.
17.77. It should be, yeah.
Yeah.
17.77 or 18 days.
Where'd you get the 19 from?
What does the formula say right there? Oz plus what?
Z-score. No.
Oz plus what? What is that?
Standard
Mean.
deviation plus the z-score, times the z-score plus the mean.
Plus the mean. And what is the mean? 19. You get that from the question, the beginning of the question. All right, so that's A. A is 18. So the answer to this question right here, where does the 11th percentile fall? The 11th percentile falls at 18 days. Actually, it's 17.77 days, but you can't have a 0.77 of a day. So round up to 18. Okay, now I want you to look at this one right here. Why do I have the word middle beside 0.3900? Because you have to put that 0.3900 in the middle. Middle is this line right here, right? Does everybody agree that the middle of this curve is this line right here? Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because in a minute, I don't want you saying, well, why did you pick that line? Well, I just said, it's the middle. Now, somebody tell me, how do I put 39% in the middle? Does anybody want to take a stab at it? I got to make sure that it's equal on both sides of that yellow line. How do I do that?
Make the curve, take 0.399 and times it times 2.
Not times it.
Divide it by 2.
There you go. So we're going to take 0.3900, 0.3900, and divide that by 2. So 0.1950 on each side. And I'm just going to draw a straight line. I don't care where it is because, well, you know it's not past 1 because 1 is 34%. So you know it's not past 1.
Okay.
So we know that 17 is half. So I'm going to make it a little bit more than half. There's half. I'm going to make it a little bit more than half. And there is my 39%. Or my area, that's equal to 0.3900, or my probability of 0.3900, whatever you want to call it. Now all we got to do is find these z-scores. Now we know this is point what? 1950. 1950. And over here is 0.1950.
I keep cutting my mic off and I'm making comments and that's not going anywhere.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm running out of room here, so I'm gonna move it to another curve. That's okay.
Oh Lord. Let me see what you wrote first. Okay, days of fertilization, middle. It's answer gonna be a z-score. Okay.
So I'm gonna write the V part over again.
Okay.
So B says find the middle, find the days representing the middle, and I'm going to put middle in quotation marks, 39%. And we said that we were going to take the middle and we were going to make it yellow. And the reason I'm switching to another one, that one just had too much stuff on it. And I'm going to take and I know that both these sides, that's 34%. Half of 34 is 17. So a little bit above half would be 19. So I'm going to put right about here, and right about here. And that's going to be my 39%. So my blue is 0.3900, and one side is 0.1950, and the other side is 0.1950. Now we're going to have to use our complement here because we don't know how to get this. If we have an older calculator, we don't know how to get that z-score right there. Our goal is we need one of these z-scores. Why do I just need one? Somebody tell me why I just need one. Why do I just need one z-score?
Well, because they're both the same.
They're the same. So if I get one, the other one is just going to be the opposite sign. So let's concentrate on this one. All right, and I'm going to highlight in orange. I'm going to highlight this area right here. Now, somebody tell me, why am I highlighting this orange area if I'm needing the blue area? Does anybody have any idea?
It's an outlier.
No, it's not an outlier. Starts with a C, though.
Oh, that's your complement. Yeah, that word that we never know what the hell it is. But
Now, let me ask you a question. Does everybody agree that the yellow line represents 50%? Does everybody agree with that?
Agreed.
Okay. Can we get the area of the orange using our calculator? Yes. Because we know that the orange is equal to, somebody tell me what the orange is equal to.
It's itching.
0.30 what? 0.3050? Somebody check me and see if I'm right.
Wait a minute. Ask the question again. You got to you're adding that up.
Everybody agrees that the yellow line is 50%.
Yeah.
And I know that the blue is 0.1950.
Yeah.
So what is the orange?
The complement
of 50% minus 1950. So I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to let the yellow represent 0.15. I mean 0.5000. That equals 50%. And we're going to subtract the blue, which is 0.1950. Somebody subtract that with your calculator and tell me what you get.
0.305.
There you go. Now you can use inverse norm to find this z-score. So second, vars, inverse norm, and I'm going to type in 0.3050 and enter. And I bet it's going to be, what, negative 0.6 or negative 0.7?
0.3050. Negative point, wait. Hold on. I got an inverse norm. Oh, I didn't close the parentheses. Hang on. Damn these parentheses. I'm telling you. 0.305. I got negative 0.51.
I guess it could be that. Let me check it. I thought it was more than 0.5, but it may be. Let me check it and see. Second vars, inverse norm, 0.3050.
No.
Oops, I don't need the parentheses, Dort. And paste. You're right. Negative 0.51. Now, tell me what that day is. Let's see, mu is 19. So mu is 19. Standard deviation is what? 1. And we want x is equal to oz plus mu. So that's going to be plug and chug. X is equal to 1 times negative 0.51 plus 19. And that's going to be negative 0.51 plus 19. So the score is 18.5 right there. So that orange negative 0.51 is what, 18.49 days, 18.5 days, and they don't want 18.5. So the answer is going to be what? 19. Okay? So, how many days represent the middle 39%? 19 days, and this is going to be positive 0.51. Now, you take oz plus mu, and that's going to be right here. It's going to be x is equal to oz is 1 times 0.51 plus 19, and that's going to be 19.5, which is equal to what? 20. So between 19 and 20 days, that represents the 39%. Sorry about that. 19 to 20 days represents 39%.
Good God, all this work. It's a lot to answer one question.
Just remember your oz plus mu. And the reason I had to do it twice is you got two what? You got a z-score there and you got a z-score there.
But I thought you said we didn't have to have but one z-score because they were the same.
I did. I changed that to 0.51. Negative and a positive. I said you only had to figure one z-score, and then you just put the positive over here. If this is negative 0.51, then this is what? Positive 0.51, because these are both the same distance from the what? From the middle.
Oh my God.
And then once you have the z-score, you plug it in because this is given.
Yeah, I got that. I did the chug and plug, but I'm still trying to figure out why you have two z-scores.
Because it says the middle. How many blue lines do we have?
2.
So you
In the
gotta
middle
have
is
two.
50%.
You
So
gotta
you
have
found
two.
the Z-score of that
I said, how many
50% over there.
How many blue lines do we have?
2.
So you gotta have two Z-scores. Negative and positive. All right, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah. I hope that's not a test question.
Next question. I try not to put the long ones on the test.
I know. That was just aggravating though, because I
Well, you
understand
also-
what you're doing. I understand what you're doing, but when you start talking about this line and that line, and this is a number, and that's
Well,
a
that's
different
why I
number.
went
That's
to
where,
another graph. That's why you gotta have two graphs.
yeah. But I mean, no, it wasn't even that. It's just that's when everything starts getting mixed up, and then I don't know which direction I'm going in.
All right, let's do this one. This is 7.243/15. I thought we did that one. No, we didn't. 7.243/15. We just did 16.
42/15.
Yep. All right, steel rods are manufactured with a mean length of 20. So you got to draw this. Mean is 20. And standard deviation is what?
0.6.
0.06. So mean is equal to 20. And a standard deviation is equal to 0.06. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to draw a curve.
Why am I not getting the same numbers that you're getting when I do mine? Like I mean, I'm getting them, but yours has an extra decimal and mine doesn't on my calculator. No, see, like where yours is 19.82, mine's 19.4.
Because you're taking off 0.6 and not 0.06. 0.06.
Thought they were the same thing.
Is 60 cents the same as 6 cents?
I'm about
Nobody
fed up.
knows?
With, I'm about up to here. I'm ready for this to be over. And that's just me being honest. Because it just seems like every time I go to learn something new, I can't remember what I learned to start with.
It's a conspiracy.
I'm just
I used to
over it.
feel the same way. I would get so mad I'd turn over the desk.
Well, some days I want to do that. That don't do me no good. Y'all still got to do it.
There you go. I like to hear that.
Just frustrating. Even though you do it repetitively, you still can't remember how to do it when it comes to a different problem. And can I write the question real quick?
Sorry. There you go.
It's okay. I'm probably the only one in this class that actually does this, but
No, you've got probably 3 in here that does it.
I like to have what I'm looking at so I can look at my paper, my graph with the question. Except I'm the only one that talks.
Yeah, pretty much.
I talk sometimes.
Yeah, you do
Yeah,
sometimes.
you do. Miss Gill talks sometimes.
I don't even know what half of our class look like.
Well, I don't know what my whole class looks like because I got several classes that they're winged on a pickle and a lemon.
I remember them from the first day of class. That's
Now
about
that's going to
the
change
ones
next
that came.
semester. Next semester, the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes, you have to be on video.
I would make it be the whole class period.
Well, I'd have too many people bitch, and I don't feel like listening to it.
Isn't that a whole point of being in class, is being visual?
I know, but you always have people that take advantage of the situation. And the 2 or 3 that takes advantage of the situation are going to be the ones that bitch.
True story.
All right, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the first thing says, what proportion of rods have length less than 19.9? So let's look at our drawing and let's see if we have 19.9. We do. It's right in here somewhere. So let's graduate these numbers right here so we can find 19.9.
Did
We
that
know
say
that this is halfway. So that's 0.03. So that point right there is 19.91. So 19.9 would be right about there. And I'm going to take a blue marker. This is light blue. And what side of the blue marker is less than?
the left?
The left. So I want everybody to shade the left-hand side because that's what we're going to find. So I'm going to take my handy dandy highlighter and I'm going to shade. And that's the percent. Now you could do the empirical rule and get an estimate, but for time purposes, we're just going to do negative 9999 to that z-score. So you got to change this to a z-score because you can't put in 19.91 unless you got a new calculator. You got a new calculator, you can. But if you have an older calculator, you got to change that 19.91, or I'm sorry, 19.9. You got to change it because that's what they're asking for. So this is 19.9. You got to change 19.9 into a z-score. So 19.9 minus 20 over 0.06. And I need somebody, I'll do it. I would ask y'all to do it, but sometimes I think y'all lead me astray. 19.9.
I got negative 0.17.
That sounds right. Divided by 0.06. I got 1.67. Is that what you got?
Yes.
So this z-score right here is negative 1.67. So I need somebody to do your second VARS, normal CDF, and you're going to go from negative 9999, comma, to negative 1.67.
Point zero.
I'm sorry, what?
.0475.
So that's about 5%. Okay, so let's look at the question and see what they ask.
Hang on.
That's what we got for those that are following me. There it is right there. 0.0475.
0.67 equal to 0.0475.
So let's look at the question
which
and
is
see what it says. 0.04. And we got that right. Now, what does the next part say? Any rods that are shorter than 19.88 or 20.1, more than 20.112 are discarded. Now, each one of these are a test question, not the whole twist, but each one of these are test questions. So I'm going to draw another.
Let me write this.
Okay, I'm going to draw another curve because I don't want to write on top of my previous question. So I'm going to get another curve. I'm going to go ahead and fill it in just like this one is. 20.06, 20.12, 20.18, 19.94, 19.88, 19.82.
What property proportion? Proportion. The question. All right. Let me.
Okay,
all right,
go
you
ahead
said
and draw
make a new graph.
Yep.
This is when I kind of wish I had the 2-pager like you have to do questions like this instead of having to keep all my
Yeah.
stuff together.
Well, I sent y'all a 2-pager.
Please.
You can use it for your homework.
Please.
It's in there. It's on the file page.
Oh, okay.
It's called Normal Distribution 2.
Ah, okay. I thought I saw that earlier, but I didn't know what it was.
There it is.
Okay. I'll print that out later. So, what do we say?
All right, now here's what mine looks like.
$20, 19.94, 19.88. What was it? 19.82, 20.06, 20.12. Please don't burn them burgers.
So it looks like to me, all y'all have to do is change 19.88 into a z-score and 20.12 into a z-score, and then just do the normal CDF and add them together.
20.12. God. I'm fucking confusing.
So z-score here, z is equal to 19.88 minus 20 over 0.06, and 20.12 minus 20 over 0.06. And I know this because I can do the math in my head. -2 and what? +2. They're symmetrical. Okay? You can either do that math in your head or you can do it with a calculator, but you come out with 2 and -2, but look at your pink. They're what? What are they?
Outliers.
No, they're outliers, yes. But what are they? They're symmetrical. They're the same. So this one is going to equal that one, only it's going to have a different sign. So you can do this 2 ways. you can go from negative 9999 to 2 and take that and multiply it by 2, or you can add it. I don't care how you do it. So let's go with normal CDF, second bars, normal CDF, and I'm going to go with negative 9999 to negative
2.0228.
Okay. Now I want everybody to go to the right side, and I want you to do from positive 2 to 9999 and see what
So
you get.
turn it around.
Go from positive 2 to 9999. We read from left to right. 0.0228. What?
Same answer.
That's what I wanted you to see. 0.0228. And now what do you do to get the final answer? You add them what?
Together.
And that gives you what? And I'm going to put it at the top with a box around it. 0.05. I don't know what it is. What is
2508. Does that sound right? No.
No.
Point
2 cent and 2 cent is 4 cents.
228 plus 0.0.
0.0456.
Yes, that's right.
0.0456 is your answer. We're going to have to shut her down. 0.0456. Now, you think we only went over 2 or 3 problems. We actually went over 9 problems. Okay? 0.0456. 0.0456. All right, let's shut her down for tonight, and we'll pick up with the next question Tuesday. What I want y'all to do is work on 7.1 and 7.2, and we'll pick up Tuesday, and we should be able to go over the test Tuesday. Okay? See y'all. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye. Everybody needs to leave, so I don't have to force you out for leaving the computer. Go ahead and leave, everybody. Spear and Thompson. Good, good. Thompson, waiting on you. Everybody left.